So with these 7 types of captions, what you can do is just create a simple structure for your Instagram feed. So the first kind of caption that you can be sharing is a quote. For example, she believes she can, so she does, which is actually on the Make Lemonade wall. Another quote is, be a pineapple, stand tall, wear a crown, and be sweet on the inside. That's actually where I first shared. The quote was on Instagram, and it did go viral, so my #1 tip for sharing quotes, especially if you create your own, is to always credit yourself and give yourself, like, put the quote and then give yourself credit by adding a dash with your first and last name.
Trademark it.
Yeah. I think I was just a little bit too naive and I didn't realize how good the quote was. So I do wish that when I did share it that I actually did credit myself, because it's gone viral and companies put it on their products. So if you are a creative and you're a writer, always credit yourself because it is your intellectual property. So #1 type of Instagram caption you can share is a quote. The reason why this works so well is because quotes are relatable, they're inspirational, they give your followers motivation, and they're uplifting. They're easy to read, and people love just reading them on Instagram. They do really well. Even on Pinterest and Twitter, all social media feeds, quotes do really well. So that's one type of Instagram caption that you can be sharing. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to post them in the comments here. Anyone on Yes Supply, feel free to ask any questions too, and Reese can kind of jump in and tell me your questions.
And you can go find Kat at Kat Gaskin, because she's really good at everything she does.
You can follow at Kat Gaskin.
And they think our mugs are cute. Oh. This you can get at Salty Pineapple Shop, and this you can get on my shop. Link in bio.
We actually just both designed these mugs. These are our own branded mugs. So go check those out. We just did a shoot, so I'll be posting about that later. So #1, quote type caption. #2 is some caption that generates comments with a simple question. And when I say simple, I mean literally the dumbest question you can find, like, what's your name? Everyone in the world has a name. Everyone in the world knows what their name is off the top of their head, hopefully. And by posting these really simple questions in your captions, this generates comments. And the reason why generating comments is important, because the algorithm, the way that it reads posts and the way that you can get your photo posted on the Explore feed and to increase your likes and to get exposure that way, Instagram reads it like if your post gets tons of comments, let's say in the first 5 to 10 minutes, faster than any of your other posts, then it says, oh, this post is really popular. We're going to feature it on the Explore feed. And a way to do this is by experimenting with different questions that you can ask your community. For example, what's your first name? Where do you live? Dog or cat? Coffee or tea? And I remember me and Tracy Conlos, I don't know if she's in here, we had some time and we sat down and we brainstormed literally 50 to 100 different types of like simple questions that you can ask your community. And obviously don't do this every single post because it gets really annoying. But if you can sprinkle it in every, let's say 5 to 6 posts, it keeps your community engaged and keeps them posting comments. So just remember that when you are posting these questions, to make them as simple and clear as possible. And if the answer can just be like 1 word to 3 words, don't, like a really bad example of a question is like, what's your life purpose? Nobody really can think about that off the top of their head.
That's like my typical conversation starter, but
very different in person, obviously. But on Instagram, people, they're very passive in terms of their interaction. Like they don't really want to work for their comments. They don't want to have to think. You actually have to tell them what to say anyway. So having a first name, my first name's Kat, I can immediately comment that and not have to think about it. So 1 is quote, 2 is generate comments with a simple question. Again, if you have any questions, please comment them here and make sure you're doing lots of double hearts.
Yeah, thanks for the hearts, guys. I'm seeing lots of hearts. Cute. Go through.
Okay, so there's 7 types. We've gone through 2. Number 3 is behind the scenes of your business. So how many of you run a business or run a brand on your Instagram? Comment below and feel free to like advertise your business or promote it. I see a lot of hearts coming in.
Love you guys.
So number 3 is behind the scenes of your business. I have 2 businesses. So one is a salty pineapple shop and the other is the content planner. Reese has tons of different mini businesses that all relate to Get Supply. And it's good to show the behind the scenes of maybe you're packing orders, or maybe you're designing a new collection, or you're designing mugs and you're doing a shoot here at Make Lemonade. It's good to remind your followers that you are the face behind the brand and behind the business. And the huge benefit is that it gives your community an up-close and personal look at your business. It lets them connect with you on a more personal level. And again, it reminds them to see you as more than just a business, because you're on Instagram and you're just scrolling through and you sometimes forget that the person behind the account is an actual human being. So it is good to remind them every now and again about the behind the scenes of your business and to show them that you're actually putting in the work and you're doing the work instead of, hiring it overseas or having it be really impersonal. I know for my business, I run every single aspect of it. I do the Instagram, I do the shipping, I do the fulfillment, and I'm sure it's the same way with you.
Oh my God, everyone's so nice. Kim says you're glowing. Kim's killing it.
Oh my God.
Steph
Okay,
says such
Reese,
great content.
Okay, Reese just told me about her skin routine, and
I use all K Beauty products.
Her skin is glowing, and I'm going to get the lowdown on that. So yeah, number 1 quote, 2, generate comments with a simple question. 3, behind the scenes of your business. So for the content planner, I like to show videos of the design process because I design the planner itself, and just to speak with my community about why I designed it, what my thought process was in terms of all the small little details that I included. And then these mugs too are from my shop, and I'm sure Reese always talks about how she came up.
Shop.yessupply.com.
With her Yes Supply shop.
Yep.
Okay, we have a question from Antonia K. Moore. If you put hashtags in the comment area, won't a question be lost? How should a post be structured? Antonia, thank you so much for your questions. So when it comes to putting hashtags in the comment area, I actually recommend to put them in the caption, because when I was posting them in my comments, I was getting banned, shadow banned, which means I wasn't showing up in the hashtag search results. So I actually don't recommend putting your hashtags in the comment area. I recommend putting them in the actual caption. And this way too, when people post and share a comment, it won't get hidden. So I know you're kind of concerned about that, but even if you do put your hashtags in the comment area, the more that people comment, they won't get hidden at all. So thanks for your question. Oh, Michelle's here.
Yeah.
Do you know Michelle?
Yeah, I think she's in my free group. I don't know if she's in the club.
Okay, I'm
Hi,
Michelle. Where was
And
I?
Success Beyond Beauty says that they love us. We love you.
Oh, we love you too. Thanks so much for tuning in. I know it's Saturday and you're probably either working or taking a break, so we thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, and you guys ask questions. Kim's Instagram is at 50K, so she knows what she's doing.
Amazing.
30. Max of hashtags uses 30 hashtags. And if you use more, it'll just delete all the hashtags in itself.
It will delete all your hashtags and your entire caption.
Yeah.
So make sure you're not using more than 30 hashtags in a post. We just had a question from Success
Germany.
Beyond Beauty, and she asked, what's the max amount of hashtags to use? Which the answer is 30. Wow, we just got so many hearts from somebody. Thank you so much to
Thanks,
whoever
guys.
just did that. Oh my God, Brandy's here. Brandy's just
Hi, Brandy. Just tuning in. Just tell her to just come in and watch it really live.
Yeah, so after the behind the scenes of your business, the 4th type of caption you can be sharing on Instagram is telling your brand story and how you got started. I think a lot of people don't do this because they forget about even where they came from. And I've been doing freelance graphic design for about 5 years, and Reese has been doing this for about 1.5 years. So it is good to just dial back and delve into those memories. And just reflect back on how it all started and where you came from and sharing that with your followers. For example, Brandy, another female entrepreneur who runs EBO.
Beauty brand.
Oh, it's delayed a little bit.
Yeah.
So she works out of this space too. Hey! Say hi to all of our followers.
Yeah. You can see her stuff in the captions. You're gonna just come hang out. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, so tell your brand story and how you got started.
Yeah.
And how you got started. For example, I quit my job in October 2012 to start Salty Pineapple, and my biggest fear was that I was going to be homeless and that they would like take my house and take my car and that I'd have to live on the streets. Obviously that never happened, but when you're in that space of fear and you're really out on a limb, you go to the most extreme, I'm sure you have this too, but like you go to the most extreme like stories and
fears.
Yeah.
Anytime you do something new, your brain is just like, you're gonna die tomorrow.
And you make up this story that like worst case scenario is gonna happen. So I always make sure on my feed every so often to share like how I got started and how Salty Pineapple got started and all of the problems that came and all the failures that I faced, because in the eyes of your community, it makes you seem more humble and more relatable in the eyes of your followers and your audience. And again, we can forget sometimes that there are real people behind the screen running their own businesses and brands. And everyone started with almost nothing. Especially on Instagram, we're constantly bombarded with like the highlight reel and the successes. So if you can tell your brand story and how you got started and how you rose above your problems and your failures, that makes you seem even more appealing to your customers.
100%.
Yes.
We have a couple questions. So Success Beyond Beauty is asking, how can we have you two at our studio in West Hollywood to interview and share this with our community? So just fly us out.
We own our own businesses, so we travel anywhere and everywhere. We were just in Nicaragua together, running our businesses on a blogger retreat. So DM we're around.
We're around. And then we have one other one. Peace, Love, Rock On says, when should you start selling products, promoting products on Instagram? Do you recommend a minimum amount of followers? Should your initial months of posting just be motivation without selling?
Okay, do you want me to answer that question? Okay, first of all, that was a great question. And in my experience, the content planner, I'll use that because I'm going to speak from experience. I launched that a year ago, and I started directly with posting about the product, but I sprinkled in all these different types of captions first. And what's important to remember too is when people visit your profile, they see the first 6 posts first. And if they always see products for every single one, that's not really as appealing as seeing a mix of like lifestyle, landscape, product photos, like color, buildings, and just have that variety. So you don't always want to be pushing your products on people, and you don't need a minimum amount of followers. I started with 0, and even now I'm still only at like 6,300, but I make sales every day from Instagram. Instagram is actually the #1 driver of traffic for the content planner. So you don't need a lot of followers. The key with your followers is being able to target them specifically to your ideal buyer. So you don't really want like 100,000 people who don't want to buy your product. You want to zero in on exactly who your customer is and then target them through hashtags in your content and your captions and things like that.
Yeah.
I hope that answered your question.
Yeah. One thing I also want to share too, though, is I think a lot of people, and I've seen this when people think, okay, I need to get to a certain amount of followers to make money, or I need to be at a certain amount of followers to be successful. So I want to just sort of remind everyone that followers do not equal customers. I know people who have 100,000 followers that aren't making any money, and then some people who have 900 followers that are making great amounts of money. So followers do not equal customers. And remember, although Instagram is a great platform to sell on, it's also not the only platform out there. So you can use YouTube, Facebook, you can go to networking events and meet people in person. It really just depends on what your product is. You can do partnerships, you can do ads. So don't beat yourself up if you don't have a ton of followers. There's so many different ways to get yourself out there. I think people get really stuck on Instagram.
They get stuck on the number. Because we've been conditioned to put people up on a pedestal who have a lot of followers, but that doesn't necessarily mean anything. So don't think that you need to have even like 5,000 followers. I was still selling things and selling the content planner when I had 1,000. So don't think that you
killed it last year.
And I'm trying to kill it every day.
You are killing it.
Okay, so 1, I'm going to recap. 1, quote, caption. 2, generate comments with a simple question. 3, behind the scenes of your business. Number 4, tell your brand story and how you got started. So I have 3 left. Number 5 is giveaway.
Good.
So do an Instagram giveaway. For example, you could partner with a friend, like Reese or Brandy, who all run their own businesses. Partner with a friend to do a giveaway because you not only reach a new audience, but you also generate buzz around your brand, especially if to enter the giveaway, they have to tag a friend. Because think if you have 100 people enter your giveaway, but then they tag a friend, that's automatically 100 people more who are exposed to your giveaway.
And just like win the algorithm.
Yeah, and it also kind of beats out the algorithm because you get people again commenting as soon as they see the post. The prize doesn't even have to be really big. Don't think that you need to have, you know, like $100 or $200 prize. Even if you just give away a mug or a green tea primer or a content planner, you can generate, like if you generally get people commenting, everyone loves free stuff. And I do believe in giveaways if it aligns with your brand. For the content planner, giveaways aren't really something that I want to do because I have like a smaller inventory and I'm trying to like build my customer base. But if your brand is something that wants to be built on like discounts and giveaways and really reaching the masses, I highly recommend doing them at least once or twice a month. If you're a brand or a blogger, if you're a blogger or an influencer, definitely do giveaways at least twice a month with different brands because that also gets your account in front of their followers. Oh, so I have a question from Cynthia, and she says, can you show the content planner? Yes, I have.
Oh my god, I'm so happy.
So I know, I thought you never. So this is the content planner. It's outside of the box right now, but this is the box that it comes in.
It's very cute.
Is that the new one?
Yes,
This is
the new
Kat's
one.
content planner, so you can go to
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
So Brandy
planner.
bought one and she hasn't seen it, so I'm also showing her too. So this is the content planner. It's the first physical planner for your blog and social media content. And this is the inside. I've already set it up with all the stickers.
It's so cute. Show them the stickers.
And these are the social media stickers that come with it to plan your content. And then the match your months, stickers, and tabs. And how it works is, this is usually blank, but you just
Put your date
paste
in
your
it.
sticker right there when you're ready to get started. And this is me like filling it out.
So
I like
organized.
washi tape.
Yeah, you made the product that you wish existed.
Yes,
I
so
love that.
how that happened, a quick story, is I was looking for a planner for my Instagram content because I was blogging, creating content, working with brands, building my own Instagram account, running giveaways, and I realized like if I miss out on any of these important dates, I'm gonna lose money, and I wanna keep on growing my following and being really good at what I do because I'm running my own business, no one else is gonna do it for me. And I'm so traditional and I love writing things down and crossing them off and like checking off my goals. And I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna design one because I'm a graphic designer. And if you're anything like the women in the room right now, if something doesn't exist, you wanna just create it yourself.
Yeah.
So that's how I got started. Oh, amazing. This Wanderlust part said, I'm asking my family to get me a content planner for Christmas.
Do it.
I'm waiting.
If they don't get it for you, just get it yourself. Make
Treat
it happen,
yourself.
girl. Treat yourself. You can do it.
Okay.
I think I saw a question come in.
Okay. Yeah.
Sunny Sanko Payoga, I'm sorry if I said that wrong, says, if I don't have my own products, can I give away services? I would say yes. Have a giveaway to say like win a free consultation with me or win a free, like one-on-one with me. I wouldn't give away like 3 months worth of something, just in case the person who wins isn't the right fit for whatever it is that you're offering. But definitely you can give away services, and people see a lot of value in that.
Yeah, and I had some people ask me too, like Black Friday just passed, and I was preaching to everyone, if you're not doing Black Friday, you're crazy. It's one of the biggest shopping times of the year. And they were like, oh, I don't have a product. Should I still be a part of Black Friday? And the answer is absolutely. You can offer like free 30-minute training or a free analysis of your Instagram or a free like 15-minute call. it's just something to get people interested in your brand and your product or your service. And your service is your product, so don't think that you can't sell that.
Yeah.
We have another question from Elvika. She said, how do you target customers on Instagram?
Thanks for teaching me.
Just to get back to taking over the world. Yeah. Elvika, that is such a loaded question that I think I'm going to do an Instagram live next week about how to target your customers on Instagram.
Yeah, you got that question a couple times.
Yeah, because I got that question a few times, so thank you so much for your suggestion. I'm going to write it down in my notes.
Hi, Happy Rich Hippie. Thanks for joining.
We have another question. Oh, not a question, but a comment. The E-Project said, we would love to feature you on our podcast. Your story is so inspiring.
That's so nice.
Only if you can include Reese.
Hi.
Anthony K. Moore says, how much is the planner? So the planner retails for $59.99 US, and there's flat rate shipping from Canada and the US for $10. Michelle says, of Elixir Apothecary, says, besides product pictures, what other types of pictures should we post?
Lifestyle.
Yeah, so you can do like product photos, which is just the product. You can do lifestyle photos, which means people using your products in natural settings. So for example, show off your beautiful mug. For example, this is Reese's mug. We just did a shoot, and we did some product photos, so just the mug like up against a white wall, but then we also did ones of like me and Reese using them and drinking from them, being like, oh, cheersing, and like working on our laptops and using the products in a more natural setting. So that's what lifestyle photography is. And then you also want to be posting landscapes. Landscapes do really well on Instagram because it lets people just like think and dream and wander and want to be in that space. Sunsets and sunrises do well across any sort of account. Pictures of like groups of women. I don't know what your brand or business is, but whenever there's one woman, the photo does really well. But when there's more than one, the photo just like blows up.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah. Some other types of photos you can do. I don't know, do you have any suggestions? I think I hit
yeah, it's either the product straight up, which I actually wouldn't do a lot of just like straight product photos because that's not really native to Instagram. I would do more like lifestyle, like if you sell a mug, drinking your morning coffee or having like your mug beside your breakfast or whatever. Or if you have like hats or jackets, like just be out in the street wearing them, or even send them to influencers and have them wearing and using your stuff. But I think helping people see themselves in the picture and see like that could be me with that product or thing.
Yeah, so product photography is kind of a last resort if you need a post and you have product photos ready to go, but I would honestly just repost people's content. That is, it still does really well on Instagram, and if you have nothing, it's better to post than not post.
And then, outside of photos too, like if you like quotes, like if your audience likes quotes and stuff that's motivational, you could put that in alignment with your brand, but obviously only if it makes sense for you.
Yeah, so we had one, this is one last question, and then I want to finish off the two types of posts from Elvika again. She said, do you recommend using third-party services for growth? My honest opinion and answer for this is hell no. Like, just stay far, far away from anything that automates your Instagram because it ruins the algorithm and it just ruins your engagement overall. I wanted to test it out. I didn't want to actually try it because, duh, I know Instagram, but I wanted to try it and see if these like apps and these paid services actually work, and it literally did nothing for my account. It did nothing for my engagement. This is just my opinion, by the way. I know that a lot of people use it and see success, but for me, I paid for this service to gain followers, and all they did was follow like thousands of random people and then unfollow them. So that really didn't do anything for my account. And if your goal is growth, there's literally no secret to success. There's no shortcut. There's nothing that you can pay for to grow your audience overnight. The best thing that you can do is share original content and put the work in. And cycle through these Instagram captions to make it easier for yourself. So I'm going to finish up with these two last types of captions, and then we'll do a few more questions.
Yeah. I have a couple.
Okay, great. So yeah, the giveaway, number 5 is the giveaway. And number 6 is a video or a boomerang. For example, a video of you packing orders, styling a shoot, showcasing your products, or maybe if you're traveling, just like taking like a panoramic view of where you are right now. Videos are doing so well lately on Instagram and boomerangs because they're very engaging. I think overall, a lot of people are tired of just seeing like a static photo, and now that videos are here, they're here to stay, and people love watching them, and not only just watching them, but like hearing you talk, hearing different noises. They're much more engaging.
It builds the relationship more. Like it builds a connection more than just reading or seeing a picture of you.
Yeah, and as much as I don't like doing selfie videos on Instagram stories, they perform the best. People want to see your face, and they want to hear you talk and see how you sound and listen to you. It's a very odd concept, but it works.
I don't think it is. I think it's like
You're really good.
I think when you build that relationship with your audience, it's like FaceTiming your bestie every day. Like you have that, like you would be the bestie who I would call for like business or Instagram stuff, and then you're just like, oh, I wonder what Kat has to say to me today.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So yeah, number 6 is video and boomerangs. Because they're very engaging and they perform really well on Instagram, especially if they get featured on the Explore feed. I remember for one video of the content planner, I posted it, and usually I get like 300 views on a video, but this time I got close to 1,000. And that was just with my same Instagram strategy. So it shows that people are engaging more in your photos or in your videos.
I know. Yeah. I actually want to start posting videos in my feed.
Yeah.
So that's to do. Is that what you did? Yeah, that's what I need to start doing.
Yeah. So I'll do a recap of all of these types of captions. And ideally what you want to be doing with these types of captions is cycling through them. So I'm not saying do all quotes or do all giveaways. These are 7 different types that you can cycle through. For example, like you would have your content plan here, and let's say you wanted to plan out like your entire month. You would say, okay, quote here, generate comments here, behind the scenes, tell your brand story, giveaway, video boomerang, follow Friday, and then cycle through them again. Just so it makes it a lot easier, and that way you know you're maximizing on all those features of Instagram, and you're not just trying to get comments, but you're building a community and engaging with your audience and things like that. The last type of Instagram caption is a follow Friday or reposting your favorite account of the week. For example, reposting a blogger or influencer with a bigger following and completely gushing over their feed and how beautiful they are and how inspired you are by them and giving them tons of compliments. Don't forget to tag them in the caption and the photo too, because the benefit of this is, 1, they'll most likely see it. Like at the bare minimum, they'll definitely look at the photo, but once they look at the photo, they might also like it, they might also comment on it, and most ideal situation is that they see it, like it, comment, and then maybe feature you in their stories. So if you're a travel blogger, like post about other big travel blog accounts that you like, and especially in your feed, posting about them, like that's a huge compliment. I know for me, if someone ever reposts my photo or talks about my feed, I absolutely love it. It's so cool, and it's a huge like ego boost for me. So I always comment, and then I always try to like shout them out in my Instagram stories. Beautiful. Yeah. So we'll recap the 7 different types. So 1 is quote, 2, generate comments with a simple question, 3, behind the scenes of your business, 4, tell your brand story and how you got started, 5 is the giveaway, 6 is a video or boomerang, and number 7 is follow Friday or repost your favorite account of the week. So if we have any questions, we'll do maybe one from yours.
So someone asked, how can we apply all of this to a service-based business? And that's definitely something that you have to be creative with. But for me, if I'm ever promoting a service-based business, instead of being able to show like the picture of a mug or whatever, you think about, well, what does somebody want out of your service-based business? So whatever service you're offering, what's that transformation that they get? Who will they be after they take your program or whatever it is? And talk to them about the outcome, talk to them about what they'll learn or who they'll be on the other side of it. So that would probably include you doing lifestyle photos, maybe you sharing behind the scenes of what you're working on, or maybe even sharing testimonials of your success story, clients, and past customers.
I agree.
And I agree. And one other question How do we be careful with how many reposts we do? I would say just like use your own judgment, but if it just seems like it's more of everyone else than you want to just pull it back to be more about you.
Yeah, and it also depends on what your capacity is in terms of creating content, because there are some huge accounts out there that just repost photos, and that's how they sell their products. Like, I don't know if you follow the Naked Tiger, but she posts these incredible photos of naked tanned women that are just the most beautiful things. It's like not in a sexual way, it's in a very artistic, artsy. And then she sprinkles in product photos because she does like bikinis and crochet things. She is incredible, and she's completely just blown up Instagram with reposting other people's photos, and she's built this community around reposting photos of like beautiful naked women.
I guess in situations like that too, people follow so that they remember to tag because they one day want to be featured as well.
Yeah, it's all about how you start your Instagram journey. So it is good to obviously have a plan and have an idea of, okay, I know that I can't shoot content, so I'm just going to build this community based on reposted photos. But also make sure that it aligns with your brand and that you're not just posting it because whatever. Like, it has to have a purpose, it has to have a strategy and an end goal.
Yeah, and also you have to be interested in it. Like, believe me, if you just post things that are exciting to you, fun to you, inspiring to you, look beautiful to you, it's not going to feel like work. Like, you'll just be curating your own beautiful like art piece that is your Instagram feed.
Yeah, and that's exactly, it's funny that you say that because that's exactly how I curated my feed. And even at the beginning of like my personal account, Gaskin, I didn't have my own tropical photos, so I just reposted other people's photos with my edits. So we'll do one last question. The E-Project says, are boomerangs best for your feed, stories, or both? I would say number one, if you can shoot the video outside of Instagram so that it's a high-res, high-quality version, do that first. So the thing with like stories and boomerangs is that the quality is a lot lower, and a cardinal rule for Instagram is always post high-quality photos. So that's my tip, is number one, use the like other side of your camera, not the front-facing, but like the back-facing camera. Videos are the best, boomerang second, and then stories last, because stories, they're just really terrible quality.
They kind of are.
Yeah, they are. And people are just more attracted to high quality, bright, sharp videos as opposed to like blurry, terrible, low quality videos. And I actually posted a caption about this the other day, but people don't realize that your customers and your audience, they relate the quality of your photography to the quality of your business and the quality of your products. So if you're going around posting low quality, blurry, dark, grainy photos of your products and your business and your services, people are going to think that your services are low quality and that your products are low quality. So that's something to keep in mind. Just keep everything high resolution, as big as possible, and shoot in natural light always.
Yeah, for sure. And it's just like taking pride in what you do, right? Like, it doesn't have to be perfect. Don't strive for perfect, but strive to just be your own competition and be excited about what it is you're posting. And when you have that energy in what you do, everyone else will be excited about it as well. Could you do a quick recap of the points?
Sure, yeah. So we'll do one more recap because we had a request. So 1 is quote, 2, generate comments with a simple question, 3, behind the scenes of your business, 4, tell your brand story and how you got started, 5, giveaway, 6, video and boomerang, and 7 is follow Friday or repost your fave account of the week. If you missed out, this live will be available for replay for the next 24 hours. And for everyone tuning in, I do lives every Saturday at 2 p.m. related to content planning and Instagram, building your community and generating sales from social media. And you can also tune into Reese, who goes live every day, pretty much. To get inspired and find your yes. So that's it.
And actually, if your followers need this replay as well, you can find it on facebook.com/yoursupply, because I put it there and it'll stay there forever.
Yes, so if you're, well, I guess you wouldn't be seeing this, but if you know that you can't tune in the next 24 hours, go to Reese's Facebook page, facebook.com/yes.
Yeah, cool. This was fun. Thanks, guys, for tuning in and hanging out with us and your amazing questions and all the hearts. We love you so much. And if you have any other questions after about Instagram specifically, go check out Kat, send her DM. She loves getting your
Yes, I love
questions.
getting DMs and questions. I just want to help all of you
And
babes
go
be
get
successful.
this little planner because it's really awesome for planning out.
And then get a
Get
map.
the big box. Just go get all of our stuff and then hang out with us.
Bye, everyone.
online.
Happy Saturday.
Bye. Mwah. Mwah. Bye. Oh my god, pressing the end button is so.
That's the hardest. Is like I need to look